Hello YouTube, and today oil. So we decided we were going to do oil. Where are we at? We're over here. So it's a straight run to the right. We're going to need some things before we get started. So let's just come down here so we can grab some things. Hopefully the audio should be a lot better now. We should have sounds of machines and the music going as well without being cut out, hopefully. Fingers crossed. So we need some tanks. We need steel as well, by the looks of it. We're going to need steel for that, which we're going to need. Where are they? Where are the pump jack things? Why haven't I got those? That's interesting. What am I missing? Let's have a look in the... So, what we want is oil. Let's just... There. Okay, so it is unlocked. Or is it? No, it's not. Let's get that done. We're going to need a lot of iron. We're going to need pipes, things like that. We're also going to need steel by the looks of it, so we should probably figure out steel. Now looking at this, our iron is quite low, so if we make a separate thing for steel, that should... 39, yeah, that's plenty. What else we're going to need? We're going to need belts. Plenty of belts, miners, I've got power poles, yep, we've got pretty much everything we should need. Let's get on with it. So steel. Let's go all the way up here. Okay, so the first thing we're probably going to want to do is build two of these. So let's just, should we blueprint that? Let's blueprint that part. Yeah, looks about right. And where we're going to put steel? Probably going to want to use steel down here, so what if we build it over here? It's next to the coal then as well, so that's handy. So let's put one there and one there, and then get rid of that because we don't need that. And then we're going to need an input, so let's... Wait a minute. We don't want that there. Where did that blueprint just go? There. We're probably going to want it here. And the reason for that is that's going to make iron, and then the iron's going to go in here and then be turned into steel. Let's see how far we get with materials. Now we've got things being automatically built. We can, let's say, let's go here. If we go, maybe not that lot. That should be more than enough to fill that. But we'll see. Put the miners down. Give them some power. That didn't even connect. Let's just hold it on. Okay, put that there. Connect it to that one. And we'll just run down this side. Okay. Need to put these down. Where are we? We're there. So that's going to need to be there because that wasn't on the blueprint. Let's just run that up. So that's that. We will need coal for this as well, and for the one down below. How am I going to get coal in there? Unless I move it all. So if I turn that way, remove this. Is that correct? No. Wants to go that way. And then that way. Okay. So then this will go... Yep. Put this underneath. Coal will come in this side. Okay. And then coal's going to be there, so that's fine. Let's just do that quickly. Just put that in this way. Let me think. Yeah, so if we go downwards, we'll do the same on the other side as normal. Turn that this way, so that's coal. Let's give it power. Also connect this to some sort of power. There we go. Okay, so coal and iron's coming in. Let's get this built. Right, oil's now finished up there, look. So that's done. Is there anything else we need to go along with? Oil processing just requires us to gather oil. So then while we're waiting, is there anything else we could be doing? Railway. Railway might be handy. These. Put these in. I like the fact that we're not waiting on materials anymore. So handy, because now we can just build away. Once we get steel up and running, straight away what we're going to do is going to start with oil, because oil's going to be our next thing that we need to do before we can actually start progressing. And with steel done, we might even be able to start looking at the better power poles. Why did I do them so close? Just the bottom. Power, 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 power. So oil in this game is going to be a challenge. It's never straightforward. Let's connect that power across. So we're now making iron. And then we want to connect that to this, along with the coal. So that's going to have to be... Wait, why? Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that out. Just so I'm not adjusting loads of things. And then this is gonna go here, the coal. And this is gonna go right into there. Let's run the coal up. And then split that off. And now we just have to build this one. All the way across there. That one needs to be there. That one don't need to be there. Okay. Run this one down. We don't have enough of these. Let's go get some more stone. Can I make any from now? 9's not going to be enough. So now I'm also glad I've set the stone up earlier. There we go, there's 50 more. Alright, alright. Getting somewhere. Oh, power. Call for power. That doesn't look good. Let's fix that real quick. I did mention that and I totally forgot about it. Let's just make sure we've got enough power for that. Enough coal for the power. Should probably keep an eye on power as well because it's getting high. So maybe that will be next before oil. I feel like we're just not going to get to oils because we've got a few other things that are going to crop up. Let's just see how we get on. So that's then put in. To get our inserters put in. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to have to expand power straight after this. Beautiful. Let's get power poles in. And then connect that across. Check power quickly. Yeah, we definitely need to upgrade our power. So this should be producing steel now. There we go. Should probably, for now, put it in a box. Fast inserter. And power. Okay, so what did we get? We got trains and stuff, didn't we? Okay, let's look at power. So we're gonna need, should we do 20? It's 20 of them. I need iron and I'm running away from it because there's plenty here. Let's just take all that. I said 20, didn't I? So that's 13. $18. Do these separate as well. I think I've done too many, but that's alright. What else did I need? I need pipes. Probably need quite a few pipes. And what else will we need? Pipes. We need a pump. The water. Now we extended the core. How's the core doing? Do we split one off this side as well? So I didn't get a pump yet, did I? I've put one in. Would it be down here? Yeah, it's down the bottom. Right, okay. Let's first put these down. That's where we're gonna go, I think. Probably here. This should be quite the amount of power. It should be good here. Let's go and put what we've got of these in for now. Let's get the power going while we're waiting. So go one on each one. This should give us a good amount of power. And connect that there. How many have we got? 4. I didn't make enough. We need to make another 20 of them. That's alright, let's go do that. It's 13. 16. Why's that flashing? Oh, because I made steel. Okay. Uh, 21. So. Steel production looks like it's doing okay. Yeah, 500 plus in there. Coal looks like it's beginning to back up. But we're going to be feeding this side as well, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get some miners. I've got one, didn't realise. I'm going to double up the coal, I think, just to make sure we've definitely given it enough for power, because I do want to be getting on with oil, so I don't want to set off the power, build some things, and then next thing you know I'm back here fixing coal, because there isn't a lot on there. So if we just make sure we've got enough. By doing this, we could just be cheeky and just take the rest of that all the way across. Get this belt. Run it down. And then connect it in with split up. And then there should always be a nice full line running down there. Would help if I actually connected them to some power. There we go. We're going to be splitting this line. Let's get that done. So that's going to go through there. Let's just run our coal line down here. I'll put these on and we'll have to just put power on. So run them across. 2, just 1. Just after like this. Okay, so that's that. Let's get the steam engines in, or boilers, or whatever they are. That's it there. This should cover our power for quite some time. Well, I wouldn't say quite some time, but definitely should cover us for a while. Let's put our pump in. Of course, that power pole's right in way. There we go. And we're just going to run it across. Give them all some water. And now, why are we not seeing coal? Oh, I've not connected it, that's why. Let's go that way. And ta-da! That should be that. I don't think I've missed anything. I'll just make sure everything's functioning and then we can go on to oil. How are we looking? Of course. So the power, this should start dropping. Yeah, it's going down. And as these fill up, should take some of the strain off the power. Okay, so what do we need now? We need pump jacks. Pump jacks, we need steel. Why only 2? But copper. Not copper, plate. So let's get some plate, let's get some pump jacks going, and we're gonna need pipes as well, I believe. We need a lot of pipes. Pump jacks, so what we shot on there? More plate. Okay, one more, so I'll take 10 with me. 10 should be probably not enough, but we'll see. And we need loads of these pipes. So I'm gonna need a lot more plate. Pipes aren't being made yet automatically. That's something we might want to do, but not just yet. We'll get oil sorted and then we'll look at automating more structures, things like pipes. I know we're soon going to want to automate the power poles, the steel ones. 36. Okay, let's just go to this oil. Which is across here somewhere. Just keep running, just keep running. Oh, I think I needed more than 10. Is that our first one? So let's get these out. I'm going to face them all downwards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh yeah, they're still being made. Still waiting for his pipes as well. Okay. So there's two there, there's two more up there. And then I think that's it actually, we didn't do too bad. Two more. There and there. We're not going to have enough pipes, but we can get started at least. So what I'm going to do... is probably run back for some more pipes, to be fair. I'm going to run them in a line and then we're going to pipe them across. That is a long walk. When we have engines, we're definitely getting a car. Let's just take a load of iron from here. A lot of green circuits, why not? Probably need them for building something at some point. Just stick all this iron. What else will we need? We will need a pump. One of these. I don't have an engine. Can I make an engine? Yes, I can. Plate and steel, so why can't I make it? I have no plate on me. Literally no plate on me. There we go. Does it have to be made in assembler? Oh, it does. Okay, engines need to be made. So... just temporary, we can make one. Like this. So let's... if I put that there, turn that like that, that's going to go in there, that's going to go in there. If I put that in there, it's going to want cogs and pipes though as well. Okay, so we're going to go do it here. So 2 cogs, 2 pipes, and then engines. That's what we're going to do. So engine. Wait a minute, what? Yeah, cogs and pipes. So these are going to be pipes. These are going to be cogs. Because all these are going to need is iron. You can take from here. If we put that out like this, so they're going to go on the outside of the belt. So then this one just has to come up, over, and down. If we put that like that, that there. So we have pipes on that side, cogs on that side, that's what we want. That can run under there, and then steel. Let's get rid of that because we don't need that now. And that, and that, and that. Steel, cogs, pipes, that's everything it needs. It's just temporary, it's just going to give us enough engines just to set up oil, because we need the engines for the pumps. And another beautiful thing is we're going to take a lot of these pipes let's make sure we don't overdo it with engines. Okay, gonna make a pump now, yes. I know we'll need at least one. Let's go back. Let's see if we can pipe this up. Or wait for things to happen over here. Hopefully things will run a bit smooth now. Come on, come on, come on. It's such a long walk. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'll put that there, and we're just going to run these lines down to here. That one's there, that one's there, that one's there, that one's there. Yep. That one's there. That one's next to it. And then that's the same with that one. You run that there. Is that all of them? I think that's all of them. So in here we have these. Let's just get rid of that. Put these ones down so I know how many I've got. Let's connect that to that. And this is what we're going to do. We're just going to connect them all to this central line here. I mean, that's just a waste. Let's just do it that way. Up there. Tell you what I didn't do when I came running over here is connect a power line, because that'd probably been helpful. Yeah, connect straight to. And then this one. So this one's on the same line. So what I'm going to do, put that there like that. Connect them together, connect them together, and then connect that down here. Okay, so all them are connected together. Let's just distribute power around here and then we can take it back with us. And we just want one up to there. Okay, so there, they should power up, no problem. And then we just want to run our power line here. Now, 50 of them, I think I'm going to need more than that. But I've got pipes building, so... First thing we're going to do is we're going to just run along like this with our power. Because at some point we're going to have to put this pump in to make sure it can get all the way down the pipe. Nearly there. Right, we should have power now. Okay, we want definitely more of these. We're gonna need them. Did I make a pump? I've got a pump somewhere. No. I'm sure I did though. Yeah, there. Okay, so it's being made. Oil processing is now done. Let's just get rid of that. That flashing really catches your eye in the corner of the screen. There we go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to run these all the way across. At some point that line will go red to say it's too far. You can't go that far without a pump. It's either going to do it straight away or it's going to just come up with it later. But I know it'll definitely need a pump. Okay, so we're here. I'll probably do oil here as well. It's a good bit of space for oil. So, yeah, we've got oil in there, no problem for now. We need refineries. So we need bricks. Here's some I made earlier. Why is there only 50 odd in there? Oh, it's because there's plenty over here. Okay, so we need... let's just go with 2 refineries for now. Still waiting for these pipes to finish. Another thing we're going to need at some point is the storage tanks. We should probably get them built as well. What does it take to make a storage tank? Iron and steel. Would be iron and steel. I think it'd be wise for us to run a steel line down here and extend this at some point. We have plenty of steel, it's just iron we're short of. Since we're waiting for pipes. There we go. Okay. Starting to look crazy. Starting to look a mess. Okay, there's our pump. We now have our pump, so if we have any issues, we can just go and set the pump up. We're probably going to find out if we have issues when I put one of these down and connect it up. Alright, alright, alright. So I'm going to put it down here. We're going to change that to petroleum gas. And then if I just connect one up and see how we go. If I go here and here, I can get rid of those two. And put that down. That filled up with oil quite quickly as well. Okay, we're now making petroleum. I wouldn't have expected that oil to make it all the way down. Nevertheless, so we're going to disconnect that for a minute. Put a line like that. And if we put that to there, then they're connected. And then that one there connects them both. So they're now making petroleum. Do we have our tanks? We do. Get rid of that, put that there. So just for now, what we're going to do is going to store this petroleum because we don't really seriously need it right this second. But we can let it back up. So that kind of fits perfectly. So these will now fill up. So what was bottlenecking us? Where is blue? So we need red circuits and we need plastic. So let's research plastic. And then we can put in a research for that because that should come straight after. Modular armor. Heavy armor. I can't do heavy armor because I ain't done military. Right, okay. So let's do that. Modular armor. Why? Because they're not done yet? And then that one? Yeah, it will let us, okay. And then power armor would be nice, but we ain't got the blue. So, and then we're going to go blue science. Or are we? No, we've got that to do. That's already in there, so if we put that in, then blue science. That's our order, okay. I didn't put power in that one. There we go. Okay, so we have petroleum building up. We're now waiting on science. We do have steel now. So while we're waiting on all that science to go through, why don't we run a steel line down here and see what we can do with this? So let's mark it up as well, so I'm not getting confused. Okay. Let's... Of course we can't take that yet. Alright, so let's just do that. That was only temporary anyway, so that can come up soon. Because all this will happen over... In fact, I could take that up now. Oh no, is my inventory full? It is. Let's just... make that less of a problem. So let's get that back in there. Let's get rid of these. Get off that. Let's get rid of all that. We don't need that. Put the power off there, and there we go. And then all this could go in that box. Like that. And that'll fill that up. Okay, so here's our steel line. It's literally just run it across the top. Okay. Now, what did I want to change? Red belts, was it? Yeah, we have red belts. Let's change this design now. So, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of these. For now, I'm probably going to make a little bit of a mess here while I sort this out. Let's just... We're going to need some storage boxes. Okay. Get rid of the coal. Do that. We just get rid of some stuff for a minute. There we go. Right. So if we get rid of that, rid of those. Hopefully I can remember what we had. Well, if I leave these here, well, no, won't I? Okay. Is that right? That's right. So we also wanted, was it blue assembly machines that we couldn't make? because we didn't have steel. Right, okay. First of all, let's do this. So we want red belts. Oh, red logistics. So that's going to be... Where is it? That. That's going to be the belts. And that one is going to be that one. Spin that round. You're going to need that, you're going to need that, and you're going to need that. What else does this need? Cogs. So we're going to spin that round there, and then you're going to output to this chest, and we're going to take them up. What do you need? You need cogs as well. That's easy enough. And then you're going to output to that. And then cogs and green circuits. So cogs and let's just... Oh, what am I doing? I don't want to make them. No. Put them in there, so I know I've got to... Right. Spin that round. And then your output is going to be there. Let's take that up. Let's go in there and take them. Probably going to run out of space here. You just need power. Right. So that should be them being made. Yep. Okay. So now that we're on those, we're on the red belts now, we can actually start building with red belts. I think these can be just put back in. That maybe not. What was here? I can't remember. So we have as belts, we need inserters and stuff. Okay. So if I go here, and I make that blue, because blue will need yellow, which will be passed from a yellow one, which will be in the middle, and red need yellow, which will be up here for red. Okay, so let's do yellow first. Yellow is green circuits, which is here, so that's good. So it needs green circuits, plate and cogs. So let's put our plate in. Plate, cogs, and you're going to output there. Let's take them out. Excellent. Then this one's going to be red, so what do you need? You need yellow, cog and plate. So we're going to be going... and we're going to put a box in between. So yellow, what did I say? Cog and plate. Plate and cog and output. What's it missing? Yellows. Why is it missing yellows? You're missing what? Green circuits? Oh yeah, green circuits have stopped moving. Why? Let's just... There we go. And then you need yellow, green circuits and copper plate. Yellow, green, so yellow, green circuits, plate and output. It's blue, yellow, and where's red not moving? Still haven't got yellows. Because I put that the wrong way around. There we go. Happy days. So now, what I want is to go 2 again, don't I? Is it that far? I'm thinking put that between. So what I want this to do is this. These assembly machines. And then I want them to turn into these assembly machines. So let's work on that. First thing I need, plate cogs and green circuits. Plates, cogs, and green circuits. Green circuit's gonna have to come up this line here. Like that. And then, I don't know, we'll just run these up to there. Okay, so you need green circuits, which you've got. What else? Cogs and plate. Cogs is always easy, because we made so many in the beginning. Let's just set them up there. Cogs, and I believe it was plate. Let's extend these. And give it some power. That can't go there. Go there. And then these are going to need to be passed on to the blue one. Let's just make sure this is, yeah, it's definitely getting everything it needs. Just cogs are running a bit slow. It's no big deal. Okay. So you're going to get everything you need, and then you're going to make it, pass it over to the blue one. We've got one already. So steel cogs and green circuits. So green circuits are already set up for there. Cogs. And then, what was it? Cogs was just steel. Steel is going to be a long inserter from there, so it only picks the steel up. And then we need an output just to there. You're going to need power, otherwise you're never going to get any cogs. That's getting what it needs, and we'll have blue ones in there. Let's just bring this across. Okay. So when we've got enough of these, I'll make them cogs blue there to really pick up the pace. What else did we need? I had miners. Let's just have a look, because whatever, we might need to transfer some stuff across. Miners be on their own, that's easy. We've done all that. We've got those to do pipes, they're all separate. Okay, I'm happy with that. So what we need to do now is we need one of these here. Might as well set 2 up. Okay. This one's going to be our miners. And what does that need? Plate cogs and green circuits. Get rid of that, and that can go there. So there is our green circuits, plates and cogs, and then output. Easy. Everything but cogs right now, because cogs are running slow. There is a lot of things taking cogs off the line. Forgot in here. Let's take them too. We can. What else we can do? We can do that. And then change that for that. And that one. So the blue ones, like, they'll produce a lot faster as long as we can get the inputs in. Let's change these for them. Excuse me. So that should run faster. What else did we need? So we've done those. What else did we need? We're going to need these steel furnaces. But that's stone brick as well. We haven't got those. I'll do them separately. Let's get the basics. So I need all these pipes and steel, which requires copper cabling as well, and iron sticks. Copper and iron sticks. So let's just do the pipes here for now. So that's easy. Like that and like that. And then next one would be here. This one's going to be that one, which requires, what was that? Plate and pipe. That's easy enough. So that's there, and that'll be there. That'll be there, and that'll be there. So let's give it some power. Okay. We need to run our copper line. Not copper. I keep calling it copper. It's not even copper, it's plate. Set you out because you're going to be in the way. And then you're going to go here, here, here. Here and there. So you're now going to go like this. We're going to go across. Is that how all our science done? Yes! Okay, so now that we've got that done, for blue science, to make the blue bottles, we need plastic, we need sulfur, and we need engines. So we're going to leave that like that, because now we have the red belts. How many's in there? 95. That's going to take a while. We could probably do with increasing our iron input, but I don't think we can easily. Choices. Unless we just leave it running, because it will catch up. I have just messed with it and it's now got to build a load more stuff. I think I must have took about 500. Well, more than that probably. Look, that's a lot. I took all that out and all that. So it's got all that to produce. We could maybe help fill it up. Can we help fill it up? I don't think we can. I mean, that's not going to be that helpful. I think these are full now. Yeah, that's something we didn't do, is limit these. These definitely need limiting. We're just not getting the iron coming down, that's all. That's just making doors. 2 stacks of those, probably 4 stacks of those to be fair. We also need another output there. Okay. Pipes, probably the same. These pipes, I've done that one, and that definitely only needs to be 2. Okay. So now we've got all that done. We have petroleum being made, which means we can build plastic and all that stuff. It's just a choice now of where do we go from here. I'm thinking, let's have a look. What I'm thinking is getting robotics. Robotics is so good because they build things for you, etc. So there's a lot, but there's a lot in it. So let's have a look. Logistics robots. So we're not actually that far away from logistics robots. We would need advanced oil processing. Again, we need blue science. So blue science has got to be the way to go. Once we've got blue science, there is no reason that we can't do robotics. So blue science should be our focus. And then robotics. So if we build the plastic and all the other things we need, we're going to need more iron though. Maybe. So we're going to need plastic and sulfur, which is pretty easy to do. Plastic and sulfur. We have the armor now, but that can come after we've got the blue science sorted. So for blue science, plastic, sulfur and engines. That's literally it. So next episode, I'm probably going to work on plastic, sulfur and engines. We'll get them done. And then I really want to sort something out as in a bus, because everything's just going everywhere at the moment. We have no spare iron, so iron's probably going to be a problem. But yeah, plastic and sulfur next. We have some oil. We'll make this much bigger and much more productive. But as long as we get the basics, get to robotics, because once we get to robotics, we can start a mega base. We can start an actual super base. Nothing on this tiny little scale here. Something really, really big. So let's aim to get to robotics first. I think that's the biggest thing. But yeah, next episode, that's what we're going to do. That's it from me, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.